Welcome, one and all. Episode 13 of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes is here. Will it be unlucky 13, lucky 13, ominous, or auspicious? I'm the dispatcher, and there's only one way to find out. Hot take number 1. So Jey Uso is confirmed as the mystery opponent in the last King of the Ring Fatal 4-Way, and I sense there's been a little chatter on the subject already. Looking at Jey's opponents for that match, I think it's a done deal that he wins. Why put him in there only to have him lose for the second time in a week? I think Sheamus and Rusev cancel each other out, and neither will claim first blood in their feud. And since Rollins' revolutionaries attacked LA Knight and kept him from advancing, I expect Knight to return the favor and do the same to Reed. If Bronson does win, he gets a date with Cody, and losing clean to Cody seems a bit early for the big man. Jey winning sets up Jey versus Cody, and that has interesting potential, especially if the winner is meeting Sami in Riyadh. Hot take number 2. But who might have been the mystery man? It's too late to speculate now, but we can imagine what would have been. There are several names that would have made for some intriguing possibilities. Top of that list would have been the return of Ilya Dragunov. With the prospect of a match at SummerSlam with the ring general as the prize, it would have been fun to see his motivation for glory in action. It also could have been the tribal chief himself. The possibility of Roman having to first go through Bronson Reed, and then Cody, and then Sami to get to Cena would have been delicious. Even better choices would have been these two names, Karrion Kross and Ron Killings. King Dragunov has a nice ring to it, but either King Kross or King Killings would have been glorious. As an aside, I don't believe there's ever been a wrestler named Matt Monarch, but there is a vegan influencer with that name, so I just don't know about this world sometimes. Hot take number 3. Is everybody ready for King Sami? Sami's got 2 wins in a row after a long drought, and I predict 2 more. Up next, Orton and the possibility of friction between friends leading to Sami's heel turn, but I don't see that happening before he gets to Riyadh. If Sami wins the King of the Ring, I suppose that kills the dream of him winning the Rumble. But it's not a bad consolation prize to have Sami wearing the crown, even if it's just till SummerSlam. Hot take number 4. Meanwhile, I'm going to predict Jade Cargill as my first Queen of the Ring finalist and eventual winner. I don't see Roxanne as a suitable draw for a Saudi show, and with Naomi holding the briefcase, it sets up an interesting dynamic for SummerSlam, or even Evolution before that. A dark horse again, not to be discounted, is Stephanie Vacour. I'm a bit surprised that Queen Chelsea Green wasn't ever teased as an option, and I'm still a bit disappointed that the Queen tournament wasn't incorporated into the Evolution show. But I will say that this year's tournaments feel more balanced, and the women's matches have been decent showcases instead of rushed afterthoughts. A final note, both Alba Fyre and Piper Niven impressed in their qualifying matches. They're both really good in-ring workers and deserve a push in the women's non-existent tag division. Hot take number 5. Gunther is back on top, and no slight against Jey, but that's where the ring general belongs. He doesn't look right without gold when his entire persona screams level of excellence. Now that he's got the title back, Gunther may want to rebuild Imperium and fortify himself from the Total Control revolutionaries. If only he could get Sheamus and Rusev to set aside their differences, for they'd make excellent new recruits. And Gunther, Sheamus, and Rusev would square up remarkably well against Rollins, Breakker, and Bronson Reed. Hot take number 6. I'm going to introduce a new feature on this show, the super unpopular hot take. Last week I mentioned that I don't like Penta because he's not cool like Fonzie from Happy Days. Well, get ready for this. I hate Cody Rhodes' music. I hate it so much. Flames on the side of my face. I refuse to listen to that song one more time. Whenever Cody comes out now, I hit the mute button until he gets the mic. His entrance music when I'm watching is the sound of silence. And funny enough, if he turns heel, Simon and Garfunkel's rendition would be apt and powerful. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hot take number 7. I like the King of the Ring tournament, but I'm always a bit perplexed by the lineage of the WWE King. It's easy to find records of the King of the Ring winners, but often omitted are the kings who captured the crown not via tourney, but rather stipulation. Jerry the King Lawler is an obvious example, but I'm not sure he fits the lineage, being self-proclaimed. But others do, like Haku, who beat Harley Race, and Jim Duggan, who beat Haku, and Shinsuke Nakamura, who beat Baron Corbin for the crown. The most interesting case is the Macho King, one of the most celebrated to ever carry the gimmick. He did in fact win the tournament, but the Macho King that everyone remembers was the result of Savage defeating Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Macho won the tournament in 1987 after losing the Intercontinental, just as he was turning face with Elizabeth by his side. The Macho King is from 1989 after WrestleMania 5, when he paired with Queen Sherry to play the gimmick as a heel. Bret Hart is the only wrestler to win the tournament twice, but Macho Man can rightfully stand as the only other wrestler to conquer and claim the crown for a second time. Thanks for being here. Finally, I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to my father. I didn't really get to know my father very well growing up, but the rest of you know him as John Cena. I'm the dispatcher, you're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.